Bumped my camera walking over here.
I'm sorry. Do you have it taped on the floor so it's always perfect?
No, it's actually hanging.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Is it like hanging with a tripod?
No,
Upside
I've
down?
got like these arm thingies, and they're all. It's duct taped together almost literally, like my life.
So how did you hit it? With your head?
With my arm, like just walking by it. So it's how many of them? It's three of them actually. So they're. I don't know.
I need to get like a dolly and just have it come down from the corner like some alien thing.
It's kind of what it looks like. They're like C clamps on one end, and then they're just like a normal clamp on the other end.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess there's C clamps on both. Well, no. So it's a C clamp on one end, and then a camera mount on the other. But what I've done is, so I have one hanging from the ceiling, then I have a C clamp on the camera part, C clamp on the camera part, and then the camera attached to the actual camera part. So it's like three of them, whatever, and it works. And it's much better than having it on the floor, because then I can't kick it unless I'm dumb like I am today, where I walked into it.
Well, since we're on the subject of dumb, I want to address the fact that this is the third podcast in a row that I've been wearing a navy blue shirt. But I just so people understand the way I operate, I think I own 18 or so of these shirts. I have purple and maroon and blue and black. I think those are all the colors. And they get laundered and they go in a drawer. And this morning I literally saw on the front page that I had like two navy blues in a row. And I always, when I clean up in the morning, I change anyway. So
Yeah.
I, in the dark, got dressed, pulled another shirt out of the drawer, came downstairs, and I was like, I got another blue one. So I just want people to know.
I'm sure that's what everyone was thinking.
Not the same shirt.
Paul Thurrott never showers, never changes.
I shower twice a day, actually, which is because I go to the gym. But anyway, how you doing?
What are we doing?
I don't know.
So I have to confirm, Paul, that you are in fact wrong.
Oh, good. Listen,
Favorite thing.
It's been hours since I was confirmed to be wrong about something.
Other people have written to me and said that they still don't have the add Gmail to Outlook.com.
Oh, because I said I thought it had been
Yeah. So
okay.
here we are.
Yeah, someone in the comments had said something like if you go into settings and blah blah blah, but that's not the integration I'm talking about. That's the thing where you can have your email from the other account forwarded and go into the Outlook inbox. That's not what you want. You want your Gmail kept separate but available through Outlook.com.
Yeah, I'm tempted. We'll see. I don't know how crazy I want to do this. Because I like having all my email in one really terrible app. That way I can just triage it all at one time and not have to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm tempted to maybe have like just PWAs of both accounts. That way I can, in theory, tab between them. We'll see.
I have done that.
We'll see.
I don't keep that. I don't do that anymore. But yeah, that works. There's nothing wrong with that.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I got to figure out something now that Newton's good to me.
Look, we all do things differently. I mean, I really just for whatever reason latched onto the web apps. I just think they work great. They look good, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, I'd like to use Outlook.com.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing about Outlook.com is you can actually mark things as junk, and delete them and remove them, and mail apps, and I don't know. It's
Doesn't
whatever.
seem to do anything with this information, but 3 times this week I've had to tell it that an email from Apple about my account being.
I get those all the time.
I don't understand how that gets through. I don't. You get them from PayPal occasionally. No, not really PayPal. Not PayPal in the Philippines.com or whatever.
Philip Apple.
Philip, yes. Yep.
So, anyways, there you go. If you're, I don't know what people are going to do with that information, but it's here. Although I do have great news, Paul, and I know everyone probably already knows this, but it was new to me, and it makes me happy. So with my new fancy dancy TV, because my old TV remotes did not do this. I already checked them. I was very excited by this.
Okay.
I can use it with my Apple TV, and don't have to use that stupid Johnny Ive touchpad thing.
That is huge.
Oh my God.
The Apple TV remote I've described as a crime against humanity. It is the worst remote ever made. And the thing that's amazing about it is They made that first one, and I hated it. It was like a stick of gum because it would like slide between your fingers, and it was like this thin little thing that would fall into the cushion, you know. And then they made a new one. I thought, well, this couldn't be worse. Oh, wrong again.
Yeah, no,
and
that was a step backwards for sure.
Oh my God, it has like you have to swipe on it to navigate and stuff. I mean, well, you can click, but that's terrible. And yes, anyway, yes. No, yes. That will make your Apple TV like a million. It's like you just got a new Apple TV. You know?
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, this is game changing.
No, it really is.
So yeah, there we go. That made me happy yesterday. Apex Legends Season 4 is out for people who care about that.
Don't know what that means, but that sounds like fun.
Who the hell is calling me? Oh, not answering that. Yeah, so that they updated the map, new weapons, just whatever, new things to do. It's a fun game.
Did you see? So I'm not into this. I'm not going to play it. I actually think this is kind of a cool idea. One of the things that's neat about Call of Duty and lame is when they come out with the new games, they bring back some of the classic maps, right, for multiplayer. And apparently they're working on a battle royale mode, so it's an island, but around the island are not all of them, but are like, say, the top 10 classic maps from Call of Duty's past. So, it's like, I don't remember the names of any of these. Like Rust is a big map. It's like, it's part of it. And then over here is like the TV station for Modern Warfare 2 or whatever it was. And like that's pretty cool.
So when is that coming?
It could be any time now. I think it's coming soon.
See, now that would tempt me.
You should look this up. People have found the images of the locations, or they whatever it is somehow in the game or whatever.
I will. I will more than likely give that a try. That sounds interesting to me.
I always like I like the old map thing. Because these places are like memories for me or whatever. Sure. And when they kind of reimagine a map or they just update a map or whatever it is, like they bring it back, I'm fascinated by it. Like I just like looking at how they do it, and sometimes they're awesome and sometimes they're terrible. It depends on what it is. But it's like a theme park with all of like Call of Duty memories in it. Like it's kind of it's a cool idea. I think that's cool.
Yeah. So you'll have to let me know when that happens, because I will actually.
Yeah, I just saw a couple of stories about it. Like people had found, like I said, the images. Like I don't remember the exact maps. Well, Rust and whatever that TV station level was called. Were the two I remember, but there were several. Like,
yeah,
it's a good idea.
The other convenient thing too about talking about TVs, because that's whatever, is that LG TVs now have the Apple TV app, which is real convenient since I already bought a 4K Apple TV. Because when I got my TV, it didn't have it. I guess I could maybe try to return it.
You want the real Apple TV.
Yeah, that's. I haven't even tried it yet, but that's kind of my thought too. Is that I want the actual Apple TV because you're going to get a better experience.
Yeah, the visual quality is definitely better. But the other thing is, if you care about movies, if you buy movies. I bought a ton of movies from Apple. If you're on the Apple TV, the actual hardware, you get all the extra features and all that stuff. But for some reason with the Apple TV app, if you're on a different platform, like I use it on Fire TV, you get the movies, you can watch the movie, but there's no special features at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's kind of a weird. I don't know. I'm sure this is meant to be a differentiator, so you can buy their hardware, but.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to getting my furniture in the basement because now I want to watch some movies. And
yeah,
it's sitting in a lawn chair.
When's that coming?
Maybe the end of the month. That's the hope.
Jeez, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Why'd you do it so fast? What's wrong with you?
Well, they tell you 8 to 12 weeks. It's nothing crazy either. It's just a sectional.
Right.
So this is a great story. My wife could tell it better than I could. So we ordered the furniture before the basement was completely done. And so once we got it done, we're like, we probably don't need the ottoman. And she was going to make some changes. And like she goes in there and like starts talking to the guy. And I wasn't with her. But apparently they told her like, yeah, these things happen. Sometimes people get divorced. My wife's like, we just don't want the ottoman. Like,
yikes.
Like, I don't know what you're inferring. Like, we just don't want the ottoman. We want the rest of the stuff.
Wow. Yeah. Well, what he was thinking was in an eventual divorce, you're going to have to divide the sectional. And the ottoman makes it even.
Yeah, exactly. So that was fun. But anyways, we got that. We got oh yeah, we didn't even talk about it yesterday because I hadn't posted it yet. But the mystery port on the back of the Xbox Series X is in fact for storage expansion. So
And a really curious form of storage expansion.
yeah, so this is the thing I'm not. So somebody, I can't remember his Twitter handle. It might have been like Muhammad Microsoft. He's tweeted me a lot. Made an interesting one because I don't know the exact like format. Like it looks like a compact flash express port, but I'm not quite sure that's it. He brought up an interesting point though. Microsoft already has removable storage in the Surface line.
Through what, micro SD, you mean?
No.
Oh, no, you mean
Remember
like
how you can pop the little door off the back of these things now,
Wait,
and
what?
you can pull out the hard drive.
Oh.
So could be the same interface. It's the right size. It's the right everything.
God, that would be amazing if you could have like an M2 style, pop out the drive, pop in a 5 gig drive or whatever, 5 terabyte drive. Sorry.
Yeah, he was
That's
like,
the dream. Remember the first Xbox
yeah, you could. Oh, I don't have mine
360 had that pop off hard drive.
Yep.
And then when they revved it, they got rid of that. And I was like, guys, what are you doing? Like, this is one of the best features of this console.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll be very curious to see what the technology is that Microsoft utilizes to make that happen. But I mean, they've got to.
It's going to be tiny and flash based. I wonder if was it you who had, I don't know, it was Raphael, was showing me it's like you've seen an M2 SSD, stick. It looks like a stick of gum. It's that shape. But there's a half height version of it where it has that little half circle cut out for this, so you can screw it down. But it's the same deal. You pop it in, you slide it in, pop it down, and then you screw it on. But basically, it's square, and it's actually, if you think about like a compact flash, whatever that thing.
Compact Flash Express is what it might be, but I'm not sure if that's it.
Yeah, so it's kind of that size, but without the plastic cartridge around it. But actually, having a plastic cartridge around it for the thing you're describing would make tons of sense.
Yeah, so we will see. I mean, you look at Call of Duty. That game is 100 plus gigs.
Yeah, well, at least it didn't require a day one up. Oh wait.
And then you look at next generation games are going to be bigger because of more 4K graphics support and all that. They're not getting smaller. Let's put it that way.
Right.
So
right.
they're going to need some sort of option, and I don't think Microsoft wants you opening up the box to put a new hard drive in, and USB is probably too slow. So
it would it's funny. It's probably for adding a drive, right? Like I bet that whatever's inside there will be just on the board or maybe permanent, and then you could just add to it. Because the Xbox actually does the drive spanning thing really well. If anyone has used an external drive on Xbox One, it just becomes pooled storage. You don't really have to worry about it. It's nice.
Yeah. So we will see. But that's another little tick of the box of what's coming down the pipeline with that hardware. So
right.
There you go.
It just went blurry because I moved. It's like I'm turning into a ghost. It's like that Back to the Future thing where parts of me start disappearing.
We can only hope. Yeah. You got anything else for today?
No, Disney Plus has way more subscribers than people thought. I got Spotify put up their earnings. I'm going to look at that in a little bit.
It looked like they were pretty good actually, so we'll see.
What do you use? Do you ever listen to podcasts on Sonos?
Nope.
I had to go back to Pocket Cast because that works on Sonos, and I have to say I don't know if you've never done this, I guess, but if you're out in the world in a car or at the gym, like listening to a podcast through the what do you call it? The Pocket Cast app, you're in whatever position in whatever episode, and then you go home and you're like, okay, I'd like to listen to the same podcast through Sonos. Now, Pocket Cast doesn't have a way to cast to Sonos, like you can't do it from the app.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh man, it's going to screw everything up. But when you go into Sonos, it has connected to Pocket Cast, so it knows where you are in whatever episode. So if you go to that episode that you were just listening to, it will pick up where you left off. It will play whatever amount, and then when you go back to Pocket Cast again, and I like that integration. I really like. It's just that I hate Pocket Cast. I wish I could use I was actually using Google Podcasts before, and I really really like that. But it doesn't. Anyway, you don't use it. So. Oh, well.
There
I'll
we
keep
go.
working on it.
Yeah. Yep. So, all right. That wraps it up for today, everybody. We'll catch all of you right back here tomorrow.
Key takeaway, not the same shirt.